Have you ever wondered about how PvP would look in Genshin? Whether it's yes or no, it's a great topic to discuss. Good day and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as today I want to give some ideas to our beloved Mahoyo devs, kicking things off with a little explanation of why would I even think of a PvP in Genshin. Genshin was never meant to be played together. It's a single-player game to collect waifus along the way, enjoy the great story, explore a large and beautiful world, etc, etc. But one day, something has changed and it became sort of playable in co-op, as you could experience it now. A lot of features been added since the very launch, like for example, you could interact with more things now in co-op mode. We have Serenity Teapot that we will also discuss in one of the future videos, but in a game with numbers, different characters, their unique abilities, artifacts, weapons and more, I've been missing one thing. The ultimate show-off that I can flex with on people, dominate people with, and just have even more fun in Genshin co-op, and that thing is PvP. That's right, PvP could be really fun. I know that in any game that has PvP there will be some toxicity, some tryhards and other bad sides of PvP aspect, but it could also be a really fun and boundary moving experience. Not to mention, you could always make PvP just a cool addition to the game itself, rather than making it one of the biggest features. And for Genshin, it's more likely to happen if it will even happen. Now that I've got your attention, let's talk about executing PvP in Genshin a bit more in details. What positives and negatives it might bring alongside it, starting off with some positives. I don't know about you guys, but I personally have been playing Genshin since the very launch of it, though I had some huge breaks along the way. And judging by my own experience, plus some experience of people that are also high rank, it could be difficult to find yourself a thing to do that is also not farming. Imagine you're a wanderer, you jump across players' worlds, challenging them to a duel to prove your worth, not only to yourself, but also to a stranger that faced you. You could learn something new from them and share your own experience with them in return. You might even find yourself a friend that way. You never know. That in potential could be a great thing to entertain yourself. And I know that some people might like the idea and others not. That's why I don't want this feature to be rewarding. Weak or new players might feel bad about not getting these potential rewards. Though I'm really interested in your guys' thoughts, so leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of it. If we get enough likes and comments, I might do another part judging by your guys' expressions. Moving on to yet another positive side of PvP in Genshin, it might bring some forgotten characters back in play or make meta to have a bit more variety. Honestly, I'm not a meta slave myself. I run Xingyang as my main DPS because I like the character, not because she's super strong or whatever. So it's not me bragging about certain meta or encouraging anyone to play it. I just know it exists. Now, with that being said, let us imagine a potential duel between players. We'll be thinking of it as two players running two characters in some sort of arena that you cannot leave, though you can use anything that lies within it to strike down your opponent. In that case, the winner should be the player that has more than 1 HP on any character and the other player's characters are both, well, dead. Using these rules, you can come up with anything you want to achieve victory. Say you can make a real fat Beidou with Barbara. That way you get a real tanky, strong main DPS with a healer that will make sure that your character's HP won't go below 0 or, casually speaking, Beidou won't die. Beidou can dodge certain skills and she could be really strong against some of the other characters, when there's also another reality with a different setup that will not be as much pleasant for Beidou, and you might want to switch your tactic to something else. I legitimately think that this little mode that we came out with got potential and could entertain you for a long amount of time. And these were just few positive things about PvP in Genshin. Now then, let's speak of some less pleasant stuff, aka negatives. We're just trying to keep it short and straight to the point, okay? As you heard, I mentioned earlier that PvP might bring a variety of meta characters to the deck and also help some less popular characters to see the light of meta again without overbuffing them. It's cool, but I know that a lot of people don't want to spend their time farming for multiple characters or just feel comfortable playing with just a bunch. You might say, well, don't participate in PvP then. But people might feel left out, and that is just one problem. I also really hope that a great variety of artifacts, weapons, character combos, and other things could deal with meta as a word, but I also fear that min-maxes will find a way to overcome it. Nothing offensive towards min-maxes, by the way. Thanks for your precious guides, guys. And yet another huge problem comes from the tech front. I know that many players using their phone to play, not really good at PvP games or having huge ping problems. These factors could really give players some negative experience participating in PvP in Genshin, but in the end of the day, we're just discussing here, trying to give some thoughts to MiHoYo and dreaming. There are lots of complicated tech issues alongside PvP as a thing in Genshin, and I think it's a great spot for me to say thank you guys for your likes. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell me what you think, and until next one, bye bye!